It's just fantastic.
Hello, hope you're well. At Christmas I had said I wasn't going to be doing response videos because I didn't want to pollute this channel that is often news commentary, social commentary, drama related. But not much has been going on of late that could in and of itself be worthy of a solo video. So we are going to do a response video of sorts. But actually, it affords us an opportunity to talk about a wider problem, something I don't get to do much here. The video itself comes from Clown World. The video concerns two individuals incapable of doing one rudimentary task. I'm going to preface though with the following: I don't drive and don't know how to do this either, but I'm very much aware of the preparation aspect of one's ability to get from point A to point B. In my case, it is to buy train tickets and take things that I need as a necessity. For example, I always carry a small first aid kit. Make sure I have a snack. Make sure I have a book to read, a change of clothes, my toothbrush and toothpaste. These are the simple things you require. I'm not a glamper and I can't be asked. When it comes to what we're going to talk about, cars, I couldn't tell you what you need to take with you, but we are afforded an opportunity here to point, laugh and chuckle a little at another's misfortune. But I do think there is some context that is vitally important to what you're now going to see.
Whatever you do, don't rub them together because you could catch on fire. Okay.
I thought you only ever did that when you were torturing people. You know, like in movies, you do it for effect because it looks cool, like having a chocolate cigarette.
Plus with plus,
so
negative
with
negative.
Is the black the dark wire?
Baby, I don't know. Plus with plus, negative with negative.
I don't know how to do this.
Plus with plus, negative with negative.
I could be wrong here, but based on my experience of installing solar power in my log cabin, the red is supposed to be the positive, black the negative. How to attach does not seem overly complex either. Of course, if you can't understand the instructions, there are facilities available to you that would enable your ability to better understand and ensure a safe delivery of much needed gigadrills to your car. YouTube tutorials. That is what you could have used.
This is negative, right?
I don't know.
Mine's written on there. Yours is not.
You said
that
mine
is
was
a plus.
nice.
This one's plus.
So this has to be negative.
Okay.
Don't get sassy with me, B.
I'm not getting sassy at all.
She's right. She's not getting sassy. She's getting frustrated. When one does not understand something and they're under what they believe to be a form of pressure, they're going to react in a way that would come across or be interpreted as sass because you want to make something about yourself, but reality is, no, your partner requires reassurance because they are anxious. Electricity is involved and there is concern. I can tell you this, as someone that has made a minor error in electrics, it is something one does certainly develop a level of concern for. Mercifully, putting them on the wrong way round isn't the end of the world, immediately anyway.
My nipples are cold.
Then this goes here.
Oh
what does an engine block mean?
I am what you consider mechanically incompetent, but I do believe an engine block is the other name for an internal combustion engine. It is the structure that contains the cylinders and other components. Basically, it's that thing at the front, the big thing. It's quite heavy, it has to be, but I can understand one not understanding these basic terms. I do think though, if you're a driver and you just think of the novelty aspect of getting behind a wheel and driving, you are failing as a driver. You need to understand your entire vehicle so that you can ensure you don't just rely on convenience. If you break down, you can in fact resolve some issues. Something as simple as changing a spark plug or putting fuel in it. Unless of course you're a bit more unique and you do something like this.
That is a Tesla, right?
That's
oh
Tesla.
Gosh. Can a Tesla take gas? Nobody else is looking weird at them.
It takes a special kind of stupid to that.
I don't know, B.
Oh my god.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. You just sparked my...
You are holding rubberized connectors. Sparks are inevitable. Your hands are, because of the rubber, protected, meaning you can perform these basic duties without freaking out, but I can understand, because of a lack of knowledge, one is not as prepared to handle these situations. This is where my "you failed to prepare" really comes back. It's a hindsight thing, right?
You just told me. How did
I did not tell
you? Know
you.
why? Because these are together. I don't know what I just did. I don't want to do this. I'll just call somebody.
You know when I earlier mentioned YouTube tutorial, this would be applicable now again. All you have to do is look up a YouTube tutorial to understand what it is you're not able to do, or what you don't understand. Comprehension is key, and I'm not trying to be patronizing. I'm trying to present it in a moderately informative manner, but with a very English delivery, which does require some compassion my dry sense of humour cannot manifest. Now, this video is titled Two Lesbians and, you know, Fail essentially. There's a reason I haven't mentioned it once since. Has anyone else worked it out yet? Because it is quite important. The point really is how irrelevant the sexuality of the individuals involved is. There is a different problem here, one that we should talk about when we're finished. Well, with the video. I've got another video afterwards to show, but it's a very short clip.
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, that smells bad. I don't want to start my car now. Try it again. You're okay. You're all right. I'm sorry for getting sassy. You're okay. You're okay. You're all right. You're okay.
I don't know how to get
You just did it.
there.
You just did it, baby. You got it.
There is another point I'd like to raise about this quite clearly distressing conundrum, and that is that your partner, who apologises for being sassy, is recording this. It has since then obviously been shared to social media, either because you can look back on it and laugh, or because you two are not together and bitch, or because somebody else hacked your phone and decided, well, this is amusing. I'm inclined to believe it's the first one, though, that perhaps one day the opportunity will arise where you are able to look back on something that can be dubbed a little foolish and laugh at it. I personally think it's a crappy thing to do. If one does not know what to do, then surely the other should be less recording, more supporting, perhaps even aiding. Why does the other person who is clearly overwhelmed need to be the one to get their hands dirty? This feels like it could be a generational thing, which is where we're going, by the way.
It's okay. Good job. It's okay. It's on there.
It's not all the way on there. It's gonna fall off.
Okay. Okay.
So this one goes there?
That fell off.
I'm scared.
I know you're scared. Do you want me to do it? No, you stay inside. Hold on. You gotta be.
For future reference, in case you are unaware, it needs to be a complete circuit. Yes. If it is not one, then you're not creating what you might think you're creating. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do. There needs to be it's not even mechanical incompetence on my part. It's basic rules of electricity. If it's not a complete circuit, it's not going to do anything. And I still think that the phone should not be recording. Even for posterity, I think it is a bit of a dickheaded move. Now, there's a little bit more left, and I'm going to let it play now while we're talking. The bigger problem is something quite simple. It is less to do with sexuality, because that really doesn't play a part in that video at all. It's just an identifying marker for two individuals involved, yeah? And you can certainly mock it. Clown World certainly did with the I don't need a man generation, because that's the point. Many missed that in the replies to that. In the replies, many people pounced on them by saying that actually they're fundamentally wrong because it's not lesbians that are the problem. But that's not what they said, Clown World, either. Clown World were quite emphatic on this one. The issue is generational. You have many people who think that you don't need a man in life, and it leads to interactions like the following.
I love men. Like, I think men are the coolest, but I don't need them to survive.
You do actually need men to survive, and here's why. Everything that you see around you was built and created and maintained by men.
Okay.
Everything. The infrastructure in this country, in every single country in the world, is built, created, and maintained by good, honest, hardworking men that just want to provide for their family.
Whether there is any truth to that or not, I don't really care. I firmly adhere to the idea of no lives matter, so it's easier for me to then not have to inject myself into these kind of conversations. Myself. It makes it sound like a split personality. You know what I meant? Don't be that person. It could, though, be a simpler problem in this, in that this generation, much like my generation before and before that, have gotten lazier when convenience has made a lot of the more what have been dubbed simple tasks more complex, because you can just rely on the guy to fix it. A term used to describe an engineer typically, a field that is still dominated mostly by men. There is nothing wrong with having to rely on others, but sometimes it wouldn't hurt to basically understand the very thing you are using on a daily basis. To be as prepared as you can be to ensure that you don't have to rely on other people. This is you cutting your teeth doing something you've never done. I can understand it because, again, I did my solar setup on my cabin. I almost got electrocuted. It was quite amusing. Green sparks everywhere. It, well, scared the crap out of me, but I learnt my lesson and I fixed the problem. It's because, by the way, for those who don't know, I disconnected the batteries, but the batteries were in complete circuit. So when I took the 2 wires connected to my solar charge controller out where the batteries were, the 2 ends touched, thereby completing the circuit. It was eye-opening. Prepare, practice, perform. In this, you prepare by watching tutorials. You practice when you have a chance to, and you perform when you are needed to. This is not a sexuality thing like some believe it is. It is entirely because some people just don't understand the very things they use because they live in a world of convenience and fail to bother to understand the convenient aspect.